Hi, this is Dustin Pickering, founder of Transcendent Zero Press. We are with ZM Wise, who has just released a book a few months ago called The Wandering Poet, which we have an interview available on his YouTube channel. He is planning a release party at Chelsea Wine Bar, and I would like him here to discuss the effort he is putting into this to promote his book, The Wandering Poet.
Well, pretty much the way promotion works, it's a combination of marketing, advertising, and especially with poetry, a lot of it is word of mouth, and whether it's from the page to the stage or the other way around. If you have a product, sell. One cannot just publish a book and then expect people to just automatically find out. There are very few who have overnight successes, but it's quite a rarity. As far as the Wandering Poet is concerned, yes, I'm having a release party at this place called Chelsea Wine Bar. It's very relaxed. The ambiance is just wonderful. It's 2 floors. Sometimes they have musicians there who play more along the lines of folky and jazz, but it's wonderful. And I will definitely be selling my copies of The Wandering Poet there as well. And I'm going to be obtaining a few more copies of my first book, Take Me Back, Kingswood Clock, if you have not already read that as well.
So, how much, as far as time, how much do you put into marketing as opposed to writing the book?
Not gonna lie, marketing it's a bit of a new field for me. I spent a lot of time marketing my own voice, as I'm also a professional voice actor. It's the same exact thing. You're selling yourself, whether it's a physical product or your own voice. There are definitely ways to go about it. You post online ads. You spread the word to friends, families, peers, colleagues, spouses, whatnot, and it's sort of a chain reaction. And the more people hear about it, the more that they're enticed by it, the more that they're going to want to buy it. There are certain people who don't buy poetry books anymore, and it's a real shame. But I still believe, pardon me, as long as we're still releasing poetry books, they will be bought. It's not an effortless scheme. There's time, there's effort, there's a lot of it takes tenacity and dedication into what you're doing. And when you write a book, it's the same exact thing. You have to have that tenacity, that dedication, but don't pressure yourself. Now, marketing, on the other hand, there's some pressure if you're going to sit back and just let the money roll in. That's a no-go. You can just let the dust start to collect in your house.
Stephen King recently remarked that the book has been with us a long while and it will not disappear anytime soon. It is such a vital part of the human species, of the human fabric of our culture. So do you feel that books still convey something even though they're not popular or considered, the form of information databasing or passing on ideas that they used to be, so much as, television or internet or something like that? I mean, people don't really seem to be pursuing knowledge so much as the latest football game or something like that. Do you still feel that is a challenge to your identity as a poet, as well as a challenge to our culture in general?
Yes, actually, but I feel that books carry a certain knowledge that you cannot obtain from anywhere else, whether it's the media or the internet. And as far as the internet's concerned, be careful what you read. I mean, sure, some books contain an amount of foot sentences, but as far as books themselves, I think they'll still be with you for a long while. You hear the latest news story about the newspapers shutting down for good. This may be the digital revolution and everything, but books still have that certain character, I'd like to say. And in my lowly opinion, you cannot find that anywhere else, anywhere else in the world. For example, this book that I'm reading, the Epic of Gilgamesh, the oldest epic poem in the entire world. We're going back to the Sumerian, the Akkadian, Mesopotamian, Phoenician. These tablets are scattered around the world. It took so much work to put this together. We're talking about the top linguists, the top translators, to create this book. And there are plenty of notes within each section of the book. And, I mean, to be honest, I'd rather read that than just the latest, just the latest craze about the latest trend, whatnot. I mean, and the thing is with me, this may come off as biased, but I've never ever been into the Kindle or Nook or anything along those lines. To me, it's just not the same feeling as, you're curled up in bed with a blanket and you're just turning the pages, and it's a certain feeling rather than just having this huge screen in your face, which can actually give you a headache if you have it that close, and just doing this. It's more economical, it's more convenient, yes, I admit, but like I said, books carry a certain character and quality that it's not found anywhere else on this earth.
This is Z.M. Wise talking about the tactile nature and character of a book, as well as his release party coming up in December for his book, The Wandering Poet. If you have not read it or heard of it or come by to Chelsea's Wine Bar, and he will probably invite you personally, this is Dustin Pickering of Transcendent Zero Press, signing out. Poetry lives.
Poetry lives.